Hello folks and welcome to another George Gear demo, where I fill the space of another week to do a video that is neither a full band cover or an original song. Stay tuned! I'm trying to make this more professional than the slightly tipsy afternoon of the Revolver demo, which seems totally unprofessional looking back at it, with the constant voice and the non-face and the improvisational skills of which there are none. Anyway, this program isn't about guitars, it's about drums! And with a totally unbiased opinion, so this is Slate Trigger X. I could have chosen Drummer GOG 5, but it's more expensive and the interface is retardedly alike to SST. And I'm sure there are others, but no, there's actually nothing else, just those two. When you purchase it though, you get the opportunity to buy this demonic instrument of mental torture you see before you, which is slightly unpleasant to set up if you don't have Internet Explorer 9 or the really up-to-date Mozilla Firefox 3.5! Slate Trigger X is a drum replacement program that allows you to replace your unsatisfying recorded drum tracks into nicer and better samples that you don't have the money to make yourself. It's like saying, I could have sex with you, but how about a 12-inch dildo instead? It may seem redundant, but it's awesome if it's what you're going for. You can transform your snare drum sound from this into this or this. And because you can totally 100% replace the sound that you're recording, you can play just about anything you want. Okay, so let's take things seriously for a second. Okay, maybe for a bit longer. So this is a recording of a drum track that magically happened on Cubase. Let me show you what it sounds like without Slate Trigger first. Now we click on this track and open up the program that I've been talking about all this time so I can actually show you how to fucking use it. This is the interface of SST. Over here is the sample library, over here are the articulations, these here are the sample settings, and over here is a button that if you click it, a naked man appears in your room and then disappears as soon as you try to look at him. So when I play the track to start with, nothing happens because it's broken. Because I haven't loaded any samples yet and I need to find the sounds. So find your SST sample library and double click on the sample you want and then ta-da, you should have some sound. If you don't, it's broken. This bit over here you may need to change because it might do a Britney Spears on you and play loads of sample hits that you didn't even play. In which case, change the sensitivity settings on these knobs over here, and that should do the trick. Thank you. This changes how loud the sample goes in, this one changes how sensitive the program is to the sample, this one changes how fast the samples can play, and this one raises the threshold of the sample playing. Sample, 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 sample! If it doesn't work playing with these, you can always just go to the WAV track manually and change each transient snare hit that tries to wreck your shit. As you can see, it's a total and absolute pain, but que sera, sera! If you open SST on a stereo track, you can alter the suppression, which basically tells the other drums being picked up by the mic to shut their saggy gum flaps and to stop interfering with what the mic is actually miking. Down here are the levels, so you can play with 6 different samples at a time and create any sound you want. That's amazing! One thing you might want to do is blend the samples with your own recorded track for authenticity if you recorded them well. To do this, just lower the mix down from 100% over here to whatever percent so you can find what sound you're looking for. And don't forget compression and EQ afterwards, folks. They're very important. Without them, it's like a pie without a crust. A fucking mess. If you aren't happy with the sounds you get with Slate, why wouldn't you be? They sound awesome. Listen to this shit. It's godlike. You can either download .tci samples from the internet or make your own instrument sample with the downloadable Trigger instrument editor, where you record your samples and load the WAV tracks into the program. And that's awesome, because you can make Trigger do just about anything you want. Except get your beer from around the road because you're fucking lazy. I've basically talked about everything I know about Steven Slate Trigger now, so I'll leave you with this drum piece I've made using special samples from the Trigger instrument editor. I call this piece of song Magically.